When there is a prolonged dry season or a long period of wet season, PNG's farming community is still affected. With the recent focus and prediction of the onset of El Nino, where PNG will be experiencing a lot more dry season, the National Agriculture Research Institute is trying its best to build capacities for much of the provinces in the Highlands region to respond to the threats associated with drought and frost. The Acting Research and Development Coordinator for NARI's High Altitude Research Center, Stanley Amben, says one of the key challenges during the dry season is the shortage of food and water and the loss of livelihoods. He said that's why NARI is trying its best to build its capacities to respond to farmers and to communities affected by extreme weather events propelled by El Nino.
So we are trying to build capacity for the province in terms of seed distribution, especially with sweet potato planting material, looking at pathogen tested sweet potato as well as early maturing varieties. And we are also looking at livestock, especially with looking at some of the village poultry species that we have that are hardy, so trying to build capacity for the provinces to disseminate some of these technologies to farming communities so that they can be able to recover from the worst effects of drought, as well as rebuilding their livelihoods. Some of these things we hope can sustain some of the more critical periods and provide food security at that level.
According to Mr. Amben, NARI is also looking at building its capacity from within to meet some of the demands by its clients, especially the provincial administrations, farmers, and NGOs that are active during periods of extreme weather events. They're also trying to respond to the needs of smallholder farmers and communities that are victims of such extreme weather conditions.
So from a household level, at community level, there are practices that can be done to mitigate some of the effects of drought and frost. So for drought, we should be now looking at mulching. Mulching is very important, composting. So we retain some of the soil moisture to allow our crops to grow well, especially during periods of drought, low soil moisture content. Also looking at planting some of the drought-resistant crops such as cassava, so you can have some food available during prolonged drought.
Mr. Amben explained that planting new gardens near a water source is another best option for farmers during prolonged dry season. This is because farmers can use the water for irrigation, and also much of the soil around the water source are moist to sustain some of the growing vegetables and crops. As part of information dissemination during this time, Mr. Amben created a WhatsApp group called Provincial Demand Center. The group comprises of NARI researchers, provincial agriculture offices, extension offices, and non-government organizations, including people who are working in the agricultural space.
So through the group, we try to keep each other informed of what's happening on the ground, challenges, opportunities, and looking at how best we can help and where we can source help, and to ensure that provincial government priorities in terms of agriculture development is being captured. So we hope to maintain and build the conversation around building resilient agricultural communities. We believe that the provincial administration will become the drivers for that, and NARI is working in partnership with them through the Provincial Demand Center.
NARI is also interested in the development aspect of its research work, where it's trying to disseminate much of the research information, findings, and farming technologies to the farming communities in PNG. NARI is doing that through effective partnership with its regional and provincial partners, NGOs, and smallholder farmers out in various communities.
So we have worked with the Western Highlands Provincial Government to establish facilities, agricultural facilities for disseminating clean seeds as well as breeding stock to the provinces.